Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss Tennessee whiskey. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Darren McCroy, Steinkamp, and Von Nieters.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey.
Hey-oh. So, yeah, we're going to be talking about Tennessee whiskey today. Should be a good show. Von Nieters said, though, that there's something he wants to talk about right here, right now. What is that, sir?
There is. So, if you could have the abilities, and it doesn't necessarily have to be every ability, but from one animal, what would it be?
What would it be?
And if you guys don't have any ideas, I can. Well, looks like Darren's got
been
one.
thinking.
I got an idea. I'm ready. So,
okay,
there's a lot of good options here. Tusks would be cool. Prehensile tail would be cool, but I think I'm going to go with an orangutan because they're super strong. I love them, and they have big hands. So that would fix 2 of my problems currently.
So strength and hand size. That's what we're going for.
That's what you're drawing from. You're not turning into orangutan, by the way. You're drawing something that they can do. Is what the
you're just pulling abilities from them.
Have evolved to have really small thumbs and really big hands because it helps them swing through trees. So I would want the ability to swing through trees, and so I would get bigger hands.
Okay, man.
It works.
You look like an orangutan already, so it's, you're halfway
and
there.
I want their color of hair also.
I mean, and you love
you already have
so.
Yeah, you've got that already.
Yeah.
What more are you looking for there, man? All right.
And they have a really cool mental ability where they can map their whole forest.
But you'll definitely be smarter then.
Yeah, so I'm going to get smarter too. So it's a win-win-win.
I just want to hug him sometimes.
Stuff he comes up with. I mean, listen to what you just said. I mean, you set that up. You set the trap, and then I just snapped it for you right around you. There you go. Yeah. I mean, I think Darren's actually a genius, but he says some crazy things sometimes. I don't understand where it comes from. It's hilarious.
And I think orangutans are smart, so I'm not offended by that at all. 0% offended.
Orangutans are smart.
They are smart. They are smart, man. All right, so that would be it. Steinkamp, what would you draw from an animal? If like here's one animal, you can take one of its powers. What would it be?
I'm going eagle. I want to be able to fly around.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Fly like an eagle.
Yep.
That's the answer. 100%.
Yep, I'm going to fly.
Yeah, not so I have long hands with no thumbs.
To fly?
I don't have to deal with the airplanes. I don't. There's no security checks. There's all the shit I hate.
Yeah, no more traffic.
Right.
Traffic is gone, right? Rush hour.
But if everyone's an eagle, then there's going to be the same amount of traffic.
Yeah.
No. Some people are going to be orangutans. It'll be fine.
Not everybody.
You're right.
Yeah.
Me and one other person will be orangutans. That's it.
That's it. Okay. There you go. All right, McNew, how about you?
I am going dolphin. Because they're really smart and they're empathetic to humans. They know when to be nice to me humans. I think they're just manipulative because they can also kill a killer whale. So I like that they can manipulate humans into thinking that they're really nice and kind and sweet. And they can talk through echoes, which I think would be fun. And people get excited when you swim by their boat. I want to be a dolphin.
Dolphin.
You're getting
you're
the
a
powers,
human.
not looking.
You're a
like
human.
it.
You're just taking their abilities.
Right.
I know. I want to be as manipulative as a dolphin.
You want manipulation as your power.
She's literally still going to be McNew, but she's swimming by people's boats.
She has become a mermaid, Steve. Don't question her.
There's McNew on the ocean swimming by us. They're like, don't worry, we got this power on the Bourbon Daily. I heard the show.
The 4th of July picture is going to be amazing this year.
I don't think people are understanding the assignment here. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe this is what Steve saw when he was down in Key West. It was McNew swimming and jumping out of the water.
Yeah, it could be. There's McNew. There's McNew. Yeah, look at that. There's McNew. She's here. She's jumping around. Yeah.
And they do have
Jumping out of
other
the
things
water.
you could have said, but the ones you
Yeah.
said were
I
not
know.
true.
Yeah, there was.
To do a deep dive on a dolphin, they're little shits. I like that about them.
Aren't they very randy too? Like
Very.
Yeah.
like everybody's like, oh, cool dolphins, and especially when they're kind of coming in close to the edge. You might be molested by a dolphin if you're not careful. Those things
Yes.
are.
It happens more than once a year. So
Wow.
There are no reportings of orangutans doing that. That was a safer world.
yeah, orangutans are better than dolphins.
Yeah.
No, they can't swim as good. But
Now,
they're better.
I
in
will
every
say
other
this:
standard.
if you're out in like shipwrecked or something, you get dumped in the ocean. Now, having some dolphins hanging around you there, hell yeah, because they're going to keep the sharks away. They're going to keep the bad stuff.
And they'll probably bring you back to shore.
Right.
And you think they're being nice, but they probably just don't want you in their space. You think they're being kind to you, but
no, yeah. Jim, of course, used to. I think in college he studied this. He said that thing of taking people to shore isn't to help rescue them, isn't to help them. It's that they think that you're of course you're in the ocean. They're thinking this son of a bitch don't know how to swim. They're dying here. I'm just going to beach them and they'll be done. I'm going to put them out of misery. Is what they're doing. They're beaching you to put you out of misery. But yeah, but
It's
like that's where we want to go anyway. So it works out.
They hunt by.
Yeah.
They just beach everything.
Can I have next one things to talk about? If you're stranded in the ocean, which animal do you want to come help you? I'll pick orangutan.
I'm going to pick an orangutan.
They'll punch other things.
Apes can't swim; they sink. So
They sink.
they're not very helpful.
You're
Not
just
very
gonna
helpful.
I'm going to pick an orangutan in a life jacket.
Yeah. Well, the orange is the color's the same, so you wouldn't know he had the life jacket on. You just think, oh, this one's a good swimmer by chance.
Yeah.
No,
It's an orangutan that
got
can
on the
swim.
life jacket. He's got the life jacket on, which is well concealed. So, yeah. All right, Von Nieters, you asked the question. What's your answer here?
So, McNew picked the dolphin for the wrong reason, but you guys picked birds. I picked a flying fish because
then you can swim.
then I can swim. And
fly.
but they can't. Well, they can't technically fly, but I could glide.
Right.
Why
And
wouldn't
if
you
you,
be a gliding squirrel?
because
Sugar
they
glider.
can't swim,
They probably could.
not underwater. I would want to be able to breathe underwater. I guess I should say.
Ah.
So like I can go way down and still be like a fish, but then like if I wanted to, I could go jump off a cliff and just glide my way down.
So, are
And
you
that
just
would
going
get
to
rid
be
of my
hanging
fear of
around in the
heights.
Mississippi River, like just chilling? Because you live in the middle of St. Louis, we don't have great water. We have a big river, but
Right.
Maybe he's going to go to Ozarks. He'll
Well, I
be
mean, if I
fine.
had those type of skills, I'd do whatever I wanted.
He would jump up out of the water and Steve and I would grab him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eagle food.
Glide away.
Glide away. Just glide away. As a reminder, we're still ourselves.
Yeah, we are humans, so that'd be a little strange if you're grabbing me out of the sky trying to eat me.
Right. I don't know why anybody can't understand what we're doing. We're drawing powers.
this is-
What Evan is getting, and he doesn't look like a flying fish or anything like that. He can just swim underwater and he can glide at that point. That's what he's getting out of it. He's not turning into.
I know. I don't want to be a doll. I don't want to be a dolphin then. That's not.
All right.
shocker! It was a
Rewind.
bad
We're
answer.
going back.
Okay,
We're
McNew,
going back.
redo.
We're going to give McNew a redo here. Let's see what she comes up with.
I'm still me, but I get an animal power.
Right.
Yes.
So she's going to be a porpoise.
Right.
You're a turtle. I don't want to be that.
That's a tortoise, not a porpoise.
Tortoise. Porpoise. She wants to be a whale so she can breathe underwater.
Tortoise would be cool. You could control your metabolism.
I also think I would be some kind of bird, but I would be like a raven because when people saw me, they'd be like, "That's spooky and weird," but I like it.
You're not the raven. You're not the raven at all. You're McNew. There's no difference. And looking at you, we don't know you're any raven influence. We have no idea anything about you and the raven.
Oh my!
You just have raven powers, whatever that is, whatever you're drawing, the ability to fly.
I would pick a flying bird so I could fly.
Oh, God.
Again, Raven could have been the right
and-
answer. You could have been like,
Why?
it's a knowledge buff, or
How did
I'm good
Steve
with shiny
die?
things.
How did Steve die?
He had a coronary on the show. Yeah.
He had a stroke because
stroked
nobody
out because
understood
of-
the assignment.
Yeah. They're all turning
Steinkamp
into
tried
animals.
to eat
Yeah.
Von Nieters and then
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Well, on that note, we need a drink, I think. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Von Nieters and see if we'll throw them off by making them
All
go
right.
first.
We're talking Tennessee whiskey, so I have the George Dickel collaboration with Leopold Brother 3-chamber rye.
Okay.
Weak.
Solid cork pop. That's
Oh,
That's
good.
pretty good though.
Sure, yeah, it was solid.
Yeah. All right, Darren, you're next.
I have some Rye 3 cigar series.
Okay. Wow, that's a new
Wow.
lead. It was a weird one. It was like so much the mic couldn't even absorb.
Yeah,
There
it
was
capped the mic, definitely.
yeah, it definitely did. So yeah, I'll go next. I got Buzzard's Roost. Buzzard's Roost. This isn't the ABV barrel shop pick. It's just a barrel strength bourbon that I had here in stock. So here we go. Basie, but not enough. Darren still has the lead. Steinkamp's next.
I have some Ezra Brooks cask strength.
Okay. No.
Cute. Just cute.
Not enough there. So Darren is sitting at the lead. McNew, your last but not least.
I have Rise of the Robots from Filmland Spirits.
Okay. No, not enough. Darren wins this thing. So Darren, you are our champion. Cheers.
Cheers, Derek.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Tennessee whiskey. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. bumpers are unscripted, so go ahead. All right, he's got the Terminator glasses on for inspiration. Go ahead. Here we go.
I'll be back. I'm not doing that, Steve. Come on.
And you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking Tennessee whiskey.
Yes, we are. So Tennessee whiskey, of course, is a classification for whiskey that is made in, believe it or not, Tennessee. So no trick questions there. So it's Tennessee. And then it does have to go through a process. It basically follows all the other rules of, making bourbon. Other than at the end, you have to run it through what they call the Lincoln County process, which is it has to be charcoal filtered. So that is what they do at the end, and that's the only difference between that and bourbon. It could be, made in Tennessee. That there's really nothing to do with it. That's just what stops other people from calling it Tennessee whiskey, because other people certainly can do this as well. But so that's what Tennessee whiskey is, and it's a whole category. And Von Nieters, this is another one of your shows. What were you wanting to tackle with this one? What was your idea here that you want us to talk about?
I feel like usually when Tennessee whiskey gets referred to, everyone thinks of Jack Daniels, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
right. I would take it a step further. They think of Jack Daniels Black, Old Number 7. That's what they think of. You say Tennessee whiskey and they think, I don't like that, because what they're thinking of is Old Number 7, which is a little rough. It's their base product, by volume, a huge product, but if you're going to taste it versus the stuff we're used to drinking, it doesn't really hold up. But yeah, so it kind of does a disservice, I think, to the Tennessee whiskey name. But
yeah, so I thought it would be kind of cool to maybe highlight some other Tennessee whiskey brands and maybe even talk more about what Jack Daniels is doing beyond just the number 7, the regular black label that we see.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on.
I will say two things that I defend the most at the shop: rye whiskeys and Tennessee whiskeys, where people will come in there and they're like, oh, it's from Tennessee. I don't like that. It's like, that's not true. That's like, they're making bourbon and stuff all in Tennessee. It just has an extra process thrown in. And I have to defend that one all the time.
Right. Yeah, Jack Daniels did this themselves, by the way, and for many years it was to their advantage. If you think about what they were doing, and particularly this is before social media and all this, you're talking about the 50s and the 60s and 40s. If you can create a something that's unique and call it Tennessee whiskey, and then get people to buy into that they like your product and they like Tennessee whiskey, they don't really, of course, at that time, they're really the only option on a nationwide scale is Jack Daniels. Well, that puts them in a pretty good position, doesn't it? If they're creating a legion of Tennessee whiskey drinkers and they're the only game in town, and that's exactly what they did. That's how they were able to grow so much, is they created people very loyal to Tennessee whiskey. Now, where they find themselves today is, that, of course, is ingrained into American culture. We think there's this big difference between Tennessee whiskey and bourbon. Now they've embraced bourbon, and they even said, first thing our tour guide said when we went there recently, and Von Nieters was there, and Darren was there, and one of the first things they said is, we are bourbon. Now, we choose not to call ourselves bourbon, but we are. We fit everything that is in the category of being a bourbon. We meet all the criteria. We just have elected to call ourselves Tennessee whiskey. So now they're at the point of, we'd like to be Tennessee whiskey still, but we also want to be bourbon. So
yeah. And I like how they double down doing the gentleman's Jack, doing the filtration more than once.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I
think
Steve,
it's cool.
Yes.
You have a wide range of knowledge of the industry. Of all the distilleries in Tennessee, do most of them do the Lincoln County process, or is there some of them that don't do that anyway?
I think there's I think there's most of them don't necessarily do it because they want to get the bigger bourbon play. Now, a lot of them will do it for certain product lines. So if you go to some of them, they'll be like, okay, we have a Tennessee whiskey. Even Dickel has bourbon, but they also have Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
So most of them aren't locked in. Hey, we're just Tennessee whiskey. They're already figured out. Hey, I want to get both of these. I want to get the Tennessee whiskey drinkers, and I want to get the bourbon drinkers. So most of them really aren't exclusively Tennessee whiskey. That's actually the exception, not the rule. So yeah.
Okay.
There's certainly other examples of Tennessee whiskey out there. Beyond Dickel and Jack Daniels, but yeah, I think for the most part that most of them are do both. So yeah. I mean, in terms of other great distillers in in Tennessee, sorry. I mean, I don't think it's a huge market for great whiskey, but I will say Chattanooga is awesome. One of the great American craft distillers. So they certainly are maybe even, I think a lot of people know about them, but I think they're still underappreciated. There's plenty of room for people to gain knowledge about them. So I think that they're awesome. And I think, Dickel does a fine job. I think that, Pritchard, that's fine. Corsair is well known. They do a lot of experimental stuff and things like that. But Jack Daniel's, the stuff that they've done the last several years is huge. I mean, they've
they're
really done
killing
a lot
it.
of cool things. They are. They're out bourboning bourbon is what I like to say. But yeah, how about you, McNew? Tennessee whiskey at all?
So Uncle Nearest, I haven't got to visit there yet. I do want to visit the Nearest Green Distillery. I think we want to try to go in April. So I just think they're doing great things. Obviously, he worked for Jack Daniels, so I would think a lot of things would
he
be
trained Jack Daniels. Yeah,
Trained Jack Daniels.
Yeah, trained Jack Daniels. So yeah, Nearest Green definitely got to be thrown out there.
Yes, yeah. What the only rub against them is they're not making their own stuff, so they're sourcing, and they're continuing. I'm hoping that someday that they're going to be running a still and making their own
but
stuff.
on a visitor level, the bar they built.
Oh yeah. I hear the distillery is great too. Yeah,
world class. Like
Yeah.
I just seeing that in person, I think is going to be mind blowing. So
We
I'm really
drove
excited.
by it and it looked gorgeous from the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah, so I think they're doing a lot on the tourism and not so much, obviously not distilling themselves, but tourism is a big part of it, and they're
sure it
nailing
is. Sure it is. Yeah, and and that's not to say they're not doing anything, because they have a great blender in Victoria. So there's certainly things that they're doing, but I just want to get to the point where they're distilling too. That'd be exciting. So we're all looking forward to when that first distillate comes off the still. That'll be a cool moment. It'll be big for Tennessee for sure, because they're already pulling in a lot of people. So and Fawn Weaver's done amazing stuff with that company. I can't even imagine to get where she's at in a relatively short amount of time.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty darn amazing. And she's making a difference not only in the industry, but she's doing a lot of things to help others and uplift many people, and certainly, minorities. She's helping out so many with scholarships and things like that. It's really cool to see. So, yeah. What else?
And we can't forget about our friends over at Leatherwood either.
Leatherwood, yes. Yeah. Kid Rock was hanging out there the other day.
That was. I was so jealous. I was like, "Dang, why can't Kid Rock come see us?"
Right. Yeah. So I can't wait to talk to Kelly about that. That's interesting. So yeah. I wonder if he just showed up, or they knew he was coming in, or how that even happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't. So, they're in Clarksville, but they're pretty Nashville adjacent, and he has his bar there. He's probably in the area quite a bit, I would imagine. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Famously hates Kid Rock, but used to go see him skating or something when you were.
Why do you hate Kid Rock?
I don't hate Kid Rock. I think he says a lot of dumb things that don't need said, but I don't hate him. I like his old music, like the Bot with the Bun, the Cowboy, and the shit that came out when I was in junior high.
Do you like Picture?
Yeah.
Picture is the best karaoke song ever.
Didn't you see him play live at some some little venue or skating or something, or at a mall or something like that? Wasn't there some crazy story about when you saw him?
They used to always play it I'm from a small town and we had skating rinks. It was when Kid Rock won, the skating rink lost its mind.
Oh, it was just Kid Rock on the music?
Yeah.
I went and saw Kid Rock live, even McNew.
Yeah, I guess I've seen him live too. Okay, you should talk about that. It was in the skate. No, I thought Kid Rock was literally playing there like a small gig. Trying to
get Can we go back to how she started that? She doesn't like Kid Rock because occasionally he says something stupid.
Right.
Well, okay, I say a lot of stupid things.
I want to be a dolphin.
It's really politically stupid, but we don't talk about that on this show. So
we don't talk about this political things here. So we take a break from all the political stuff. That's important, and it's important to you. It's important to all of us, but not on the show. So we take a break from that.
No, I do like his old music though, and I think what was it the summertime song? It's such a trash song, but it's a banger, and it makes me excited for summer every year.
Did it make you mad when he decided for a while he's just going to go country, and then he's like the biggest thing in country? Because anybody can do that. If I decide tomorrow I'm going to be the biggest thing in country, in 6 months I'll be the biggest thing in country.
He
Like
was
this Jelly
always
Roll
Southern
guy.
rock, though.
Why does this
Jelly-
conversation have to go here?
This Jelly Roll guy decides I'm just going to be a country star. He's like some crackhead or something. Like, oh yeah, you're awesome. You're the most amazing thing.
No, Jelly Roll.
No, Steve.
Jelly Roll is awesome
No.
and a great guy.
He doesn't
Not
claim
hate
to
on
be
Jelly
part
Roll.
of any genre, actually.
Right,
Just
right.
kind
But
of-
he follows
He
the
said,
country.
I'm a music man. You
Right.
can call it what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Nashville kind of
But he
embraced
does
it.
have to be classified as something, unfortunately for him. So it's just how it works. That's how the industry works. And he falls in the
He's
country.
like the ultimate underdog story. So I do
Oh
like
yeah.
But we
Me too.
wouldn't have music
What
where it
country
is
music
today
loves.
without country. Is what literally
It's
the
underdog stories.
music was built on in America was country music revolution.
And rhythm and blues.
Oh, yes.
Country and R&B built
Yep.
music in America.
Yeah.
When I search for Jelly Roll on Apple Music, it comes up under country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. It's country music. Again, he can say what he wants. That's just like the different. Where we're talking about Tennessee whiskey, it's a classification that they do.
Yeah.
You know what the government has always classified Tennessee whiskey as?
Bourbon.
Bourbon. So again, you can create your own. It's amazing how it all comes back around. You can be Jelly Roll and say I'm not. I can't be classified. But ultimately, because retailers have to classify you, and it has to fit in what you most fit in. It's bourbon for Jack Daniels, and it's country music for your hero.
He also
All about branding, because when he was a rapper, he wasn't a big deal. He was in certain circles.
Right,
Wasn't it?
because then you can go to country and you can be the biggest thing ever.
In country. If you can't sell bourbon, you can fucking sell Tennessee whiskey. Go for it. Make your money.
right. Make your money. Do it.
Make your money.
I don't get why all the hate needs to be dropped just because they do something
Because it's
differently
so
than the way you
easy.
would do it.
Who
It's
cares?
so-
Then you do it.
who's jumping over from country to rock and roll and making it huge? But you can
Taylor
go to
Swift.
you can
Taylor
go,
Swift started in country.
Yeah.
She's not
She's not a rock and
though,
roller. She's a pop music. She's not a rock and roller.
I don't care.
I
She
like
started
the
in
point,
country.
but that's not
She
the right
started
time
in
to say
country.
it.
It's not. She's not rock and roll. So you can't jump that way. But you can go
Because no one wants to do that anymore. No one listens to rock and roll anymore.
Can go over to country and be a huge thing.
I think
All these guys, Kid Rock,
Southern
they're
rock,
just
they rode the line.
Beyonce can go over there, take over country music. They're all under threat because any of these solid musicians can just take over country whenever they want. And why not? Why not flip that switch and get some more scratch? I guess.
Of a modern day artist,
them.
who is even like, oh, I am the number one rock star in America, like of modern people.
Foo Fighters,
Who
Dave
prides
Grohl.
himself on rock and roll still?
Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl.
There you go. Dave
Foo
Grohl.
Fighters are not modern. Okay.
No.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely, they are.
They're making the music.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they released an album last year.
So did the Stones. They're
Yeah,
still on top.
Stones,
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
how many people are listening to that?
Yeah.
And did you know that there was a country cover album of the Stones, and it was fucking fantastic, called Stone Cold Country, and I listened to it still weekly, and it came out last November.
Garth Brooks still releases albums. It doesn't mean he's at the top of the country game right
You know
now.
what? Garth Brooks should go back to being Chris Gaines, because I just need that for me. I would love to see it again.
I don't understand. Yeah. Why? Why was
Because
he?
I just
what's-
Did
wanted
he
the
dress
difference?
differently or something? I don't. What was? What
I
was he
don't
doing
know
as
what
Chris
this is
Gaines?
either.
I'm not
Garth
sure.
Brooks had a thing in the 90s where he wanted to
I
be
know. I
like
remember
a
that. Something
rocker, and he was Chris Gaines. I just want to see it.
Yeah, how'd he do? Well, how did he do? Did he ever crack anything when he went to rock? No. No one cared. No.
I just want to see it happen again because it was hilarious.
Even Kenny Rogers, he started out rock and was like, fuck it, I'm just going to own country. I'm going to just go to the East
And he
Coast."
dominated it. He
Well,
was
sure,
so good.
country. Yeah, of course. That's my
Released a
point.
rock album.
Everyone who decides they're going to sell their soul and be a country guy dominates it. There's no example of a big time rock and roller. I mean, even Hootie can be a big deal in country. So that shows you how lack of talent someone can have and be a big deal in the world of country. It's easy. Yeah, it's fucking easy.
So what do you think about the people that start in country and just stay in country? Like Tim McGraw.
I've
never done anything besides
I
country.
don't know any of his music.
He
It's
doesn't
shit.
Okay, well,
Well, what's your opinion?
He never had talent to begin with. So I guess,
okay,
yeah.
so that's what you're saying.
I've
Tim
never heard
McGraw
his
never had
music, but he
talent.
has no talent.
Sure. I mean, you got if you're good enough to be played and to make it into pop culture, where there's people I don't listen to, and I don't listen to Beyonce. I know some of her music because she's big enough where it infiltrates pop culture. It gets to people who aren't even fans of hers because she's so big.
Well, Dolly. There's Dolly. Dolly's
Dolly.
country
Oh
music.
yeah,
I like
Johnny
Dolly.
Cash,
And
Icon.
Dolly made
Ooh.
her last year.
Reba.
Reba. No,
Ooh,
not Reba.
Johnny
That's
Cash.
an example. Johnny Cash is going to be
Willie
as close
Nelson?
as you get.
That's a good
Willie
example.
Nelson's
Johnny
good.
Cash is a really good example.
Willie Nelson is nothing to do with his music at all. He's got a cool lifestyle. He's a cool dude. His music, let's be honest, really kind of sucks. But he's a
I
fun
disagree.
guy. I like him. I wish he was my uncle, one of those type of guys. But he, musical talent, not really. I'm sorry. He's a country star. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like the minor leagues. It's like if he was playing baseball, he would be, he'd be not even in the farm system. He'd be, he'd be just an independent team.
Yes, but everyone that you listen to is playing the old softball games at the All-Star break. That's the only baseball they're playing if we're using this analogy.
The old softball game.
The celebrity softball games. That's,
That's
all they're
fine.
doing.
Rolling
Classics.
Stones are not playing in any softball game, man.
True.
No
They're
way.
sitting stones.
No.
That's true.
But that new album is still really good.
It's still really good. It's
It
still
is
really good.
really good.
It's better than anything any country star in the history of the globe has ever made, other than maybe Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash had some good. But Johnny Cash also extended over, even maybe before. He was kind of close to being pop rock country. He was different, and I like some of his songs. So I admit I like some Johnny Cash songs. I liked Led Zeppelin. I think the best country song that's ever been made is Led Zeppelin. Hey hey, what can I do? Listen to that. That's a fucking country song. It's got the twangy guitar and everything. That's the best country song that's ever been made in the history of country. And it was written by fucking Led Zeppelin. Yeah. Country music sucks. It sucks.
So what's your stance on like Hank Williams? Like if you go all the way back.
I like Hank Williams a little. He's got a unique sound, but again, it's more of almost a novelty song the way he sings. I mean, I think
So
it's
you-
kind of funny.
So you do like country, you just don't like most country.
You don't like modern country. You don't like
I
the
will-
pop
Because you
country.
can't say Hank Williams
like
wasn't
the-
country.
Yeah.
I will not accept
Do it.
that answer.
You're,
Hank
you're,
Williams
you're,
is definitely
you're
country.
throwing a whole genre out
But
for.
it's also a novelty type of sound. Hank
so
Williams,
Steve
and also
likes-
It
again, it's
doesn't
the
matter if it's a
lifestyle.
novelty or not.
It's a
country
someone who I
genre.
never like any of their music, Elvis, but I love Elvis. I mean the lifestyle. So Hank Williams, was this crazy guy, just stiffing people over and taking drugs and all kinds of cool things back before that was really the norm. I mean,
So George Jones. You gotta love George Jones
I
for the
don't
same.
really like any of his music, other than that song where that's the Moonshine song, whatever the hell it is.
The Moonshine Song. And He Stopped Loving Her Today. That's
White
like the
Lightning.
saddest
That is
song
one of the
ever
best songs ever written.
God, it's
White Lightning.
heartbreaking.
I like that song. That's a good song.
Yeah, no. And George Jones was larger than life in the way he lived his life.
Yeah, maybe.
Insane,
Mostly
really.
as a drunk. I mean, it's just good drunk songs, but yeah. I mean, driving around a lawnmower all the time, getting DUIs on the lawnmower and all that shit he used to do. Yeah, there's something to be said for making him an interesting guy, but the country music sucks.
I feel like Steve likes country at his core. He doesn't like
I
modern
hate country music. I hate all country music.
So Darren said that when they rode down to Jack Daniels, they listened to Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey the whole way down there
For however many.
It was by Steve's request.
to celebrate. Yeah,
Oh. Sure.
And-
sure.
Steve's
I'm sure it's
birthday.
very popular.
And
Sure,
not
very
written by
popular.
Chris Stapleton.
Oh, there you go.
No.
There you go.
No,
Okay.
that's David Allen Coe.
he sings it.
I'm really ashamed that I had no idea that was a cover by Chris Stapleton.
There you
Yes,
go. There
it's
you
a
go.
cover.
Yeah, I would suggest if you get into this argument, make the case for Hank Williams Jr. and original Hank Williams and Hank Williams Jr. Those guys are both cool. Johnny Cash and then Dolly, just because she's so damn nice. You can't blast Dolly. There's no way you can put Dolly on blast. She's too nice. You can't. So that's would be the four you should be hanging
And
out.
she owns her bullshit. You can be like, you have fake
She's a
parents.
great business person.
Yeah, I paid for him. Of course I do.
She's a great business person.
And she gives every kid like below 5th grade or something a book every year.
I will not say anything bad about Dolly. That's a line in the sand. I know she's.
be canceled if you ever did. So
What would you say if she asked you, "Hey, Steve, do you like country music?"
I would say, Dolly, I like your music. I went to a Dolly Parton concert once because my mom and dad, my daughter wanted to go, and my uncle. And my uncle, was like 80, and I thought, life's about moments. It's not always about you and what you like. You know what? I went with my dad, my mom, my daughter, my wife, and my uncle. And I'm glad I did. My uncle's gone now. My dad's gone. That was a good moment because they loved Dolly, right. And she was funny on the stage. I'm glad I went to that. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. Where was that at?
That was, I think it was at the Fox. She was at the Fox when we went, and which is a great theater, by the way. So yeah, and she was just fun.
Yeah. Used to be a movie theater, if you didn't know.
Oh yes, and that everybody thinks that was a great venue where music was played. No, when my parents were young, the Fox Theater was a movie theater. That's what it was made for. It was a goddamn movie theater. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
that's a pretty opulent movie. It's a pretty opulent movie theater.
Kind of wild.
Yeah, it's wild to think about for sure. For sure. All right, I don't even know what our topic of the day was. We had a good time talking though. It feels like it's an epic show.
We had a fun time talking about Tennessee whiskey and listening to country music.
Which, honestly, the two kind of go hand to hand. So
they do.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, they do.
I'd say Tennessee is a huge country music area, of course.
It is the country music area, right?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, Branson tried to steal it for a little while, but
they didn't win. They didn't win. All right, on that note, we're going to wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Steinkamp, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me soaring in the sky like an eagle.
Was that on this show?
Yes.
Wow.
It's been a long time ago. This is
a show.
This is a long whiskey. This is a long show. Find them at Investment Whiskey. There you go. Von Nieters.
You can find me being a flying fish, but not being a flying fish. I'm still a human.
Right.
And on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Yeah. I don't understand where we went wrong there, but I don't could get it. All right, Darren, how about you?
You can find me loving country music. Everything from Hank Williams to present day Jelly Roll at The Bourbon Adventures.
God. McNew.
I missed the whole damn concept. I'm not a dolphin. And I also write Honky Tonk Happy Hour for Bourbon's Upland. And I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. The ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We are online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABVNetwork.
Great job today, gang. Finance. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Cheers.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.